today's episode, I have something exciting to share with you. We have a 3-day live online training session coming your way at the time of this recording. It's called the PM Mastery Bootcamp 2023. And this 3-day event will include topics like the lies you're being told about property management, some of the biggest mistakes that are costing you new business, what's working and what's not in property management, and we take a deep dive into the future of growing your property management business. So to join the bootcamp, just head to the link in the show notes, but spots are limited, so please don't miss out. This training will give you the clarity and a plan for starting, growing, and scaling your business this year. Now, if we thought COVID made us pivot, I think 2022 was the year that I would entitle the year of the biggest pivot yet. Businesses really had to switch their growth strategies, change their marketing strategy, and adopt more software and technology and recruit in a whole new way. And if they didn't, they were part of a group of businesses that shut their doors. And if you felt like this, no, you are not alone. Even within my own real estate business and that property mum, I've had to lead many changes to match the rapid shifts within the real estate and in particular, the property management space. I had to reduce some of my old school marketing methods inside my own business and invest heavily in more digital and online strategies. Many business owners, BDMs, and property managers I've worked with are feeling frustrated, burnt out, and feel like giving up. And I hear constantly, it's all too hard. I've personally had over 100 strategy and coaching calls over the past 12 months, and everyone is wanting the same thing: more managements, more time, and better systems. When I look at my own business, I hardly recognize it. The marketing strategies I'm now using are so different to even just 12 months ago. So if there are a few things to take away from the past few years, it's number one, change is constant in business. And change is normal, and change should be embraced, or you'll constantly feel like you're in a battle. Secondly, if you've struggled with burnout, leads, sales, profitability, or just being a business owner, you are not alone, and it's not a reflection on your ability to run a successful business. 3, if you're still standing and pushing through, you're part of the 1% who can make it through anything. Resiliency is one of the biggest keys to success in growing any business. Despite the massive shifts and changes that happened in the world over the past couple of years, the economy and the real estate industry, we were able to celebrate some massive success with clients, especially those who were willing to try new things, like work consistently on their social media, try new marketing strategies like digital marketing, and get out from behind their computers and start connecting and building new relationships with people in the industry or closely connected industries. And believe me, I totally get it. I hid behind my keyboard for years. The biggest changes in my business this year last year, I should say, came from me stepping out of the shadows and into the light. Connecting with others has been crucial to my success. And all that said, you may have heard the fear-mongering that we are headed for a recession, interest rates are going to get higher, the property market is on the decline. And I'm going to call BS. Not on all those things happening, because I don't have a crystal ball and they very well might happen. But the one thing that I do know is that there will always be cycles in real estate. History has proven it. And I personally believe any business can survive in any conditions. You just need to know how to pivot, and quickly. While everything is moving and changing so quickly at the moment, if you are willing to embrace the changes and you are willing to shift how you do things, you will see results and you will see growth and success. People will always be buying, selling, and renting homes, despite the economic climate, despite the global pandemic, and despite any natural disasters we go through. So what is and isn't working in property management currently? We are lucky. We get to see behind the scenes of a lot of brand businesses And many of them are struggling with exactly the same things as the boutique and independent businesses. And unless we start shining the spotlight on the issues and find the solutions to the major issues, everyone will continue to stick their head in the sand and struggle away as if it's the norm. The truth is, every business has its problems. But if there are no problems or no struggles or no failures, then there's no growth. Learning to address and make the changes to fix those problems is what sets successful businesses apart. And something I've learnt, success isn't quick and easy. It takes time, patience, and a ton of hard work. And if you aren't willing to put in the effort, you might as well not even start. It can take years of gaining leads, massive amounts of work, and growing a huge network and database before your business starts turning a profit. And believe me, I've been there and done that. If you're expecting to have a huge number of managements immediately, but you haven't done the work, potentially years of work, building your brand, nurturing your leads, and learning how to win new business, you'll probably end up very disappointed. The truth is, every business has had to change within the last few years. No one has the secret formula or blueprint for long-lasting, guaranteed success. And just because it worked before doesn't mean it's always going to work. Businesses that refuse to change and pivot with the times and their ideal customers will crumble and fall away. And I saw this happen firsthand to several businesses who refused to accept that what used to work just wasn't going to work anymore, and a change was most definitely needed. Time management is precious for property managers with so many tasks to do every single day and week. Have you ever thought about how much time you waste in an average day troubleshooting annoying maintenance questions? Let me tell you, it's a lot. But there is a solution. They're called Rental Heroes, and they are the #1 natural language AI conversation platform for real estate. What does that mean? They have artificial intelligence automation that deals with all your tenant maintenance inquiry. It even logs a job in your software, all without you having to do a thing. And if you thought that was amazing, wait until you try their chatbot that collects leads on your website 24/7. Now, we all need a hero in our life, so why not make yours Alex? Mention this podcast and you'll receive your first month free. It only takes 30 minutes to set up and there are no lock-in contracts. Head to the show notes to book yourself in. So let's talk about what is working, especially when it comes to rent roll growth strategies. So one of the biggest things that has been working is relationships. Off the back of a booming sales cycle, referrals from sales played a major role in a lot of businesses' growth throughout 2022. Building relationships with either your own sales team or seeking out businesses that focus on sales only became a popular growth strategy. Developing relationships with buyers' agents was also a smart way to work to ensure a steady stream of new managements coming in. These relationships also saw the addition of a new income stream from savvy agencies, with the cost of investor education and inspection report expenses being on charge to the buyer agencies. Networks were also big, like BNIs and community network groups. They provided a lot of management growth for businesses. Again, this was due to the strength of the sales market, which saw a huge number of properties exchanging hands. Existing clients also played a part in either referring other investors or added to the growth in agencies by acquiring more properties themselves. My website was one of the biggest lead generators inside my own business. A well-created and optimized website has helped many businesses capitalize on the growing number of investors and property owners searching and researching new property managers online. So having good SEO so that you are actually appearing in a Google search, and then having that backed up by a website optimized to capture leads and social proof through reviews has led to a steady stream of new business inside my own business, but also many clients have also experienced similar results. property managers and business owners who built solid personal profiles and capitalized on their social media growth by consistently posting relevant content were able to grow their leads and following significantly as well. With Instagram changing their algorithm to favor reels and videos at the start of the year in 2022, video content has become a major way for businesses who pivoted to get huge brand awareness from their videos and reels. We're talking about going from a few hundred people seeing your content to thousands of people being exposed to it. One of my recent videos had 1,500 views, but 1,000 of them were from my non-followers. Facebook ads. I personally experimented with Facebook and Google ads throughout 2022. They played a major role in brand awareness and lead generation. Facebook ads in particular have led to a string of new business, mainly through the repetition of seeing the brand so consistently. Reviews and testimonials. The number of clients who have joined businesses after reading through Google reviews in particular is astounding. So if you don't have a lot of Google reviews yet, I recommend you start building them consciously. Reviews are becoming increasingly important and relevant as the competition grows for new business. Savvy clients are doing their research, and chances are a lot of investors have had a few bad experiences with property managers, and they aren't going to jump out of one fire into the frying pan without doing their research first. So how does this research look? Well, it's simple, really, and I share the exact strategy in episode 23 of the Property Management Podcast. So go back and take a listen to that episode. The big but here is that it is really hard to attribute just one of these things to new business growth. It could be a combination of all these growth strategies that influence someone to join your business. Perhaps they consistently saw your posts on social media. Maybe they drive past your office every day and see your signage or your signage at the bus stop. Maybe they have a friend that knows you, or they found you on Google and researched your reviews. The key is making sure that your marketing efforts are spread across the board. And once you do something that is working to bring in those leads, double down on it and scrap the things that are wasting money and draining your time and energy. So let's talk about what isn't working. Letters. Pre-COVID, I had a 3-letter strategy that I'd used for years, and it was once one of the biggest drivers of leads inside my own business. What changed? Well, for starters, the vacancy levels became so low during COVID and now post-COVID, and rental prices were going up, which meant there was a lot of really happy landlords. The 3-letter strategy that I'd previously used was used to target really unhappy landlords who had properties sitting vacant for months and were losing a ton of money waiting for property managers to do something to find them a tenant, which inevitably they didn't. And so I would swoop in with my introduction, recommendations, and offer, and boom, new management signed and sealed. Property inspections, entries, exits, incomings, outgoings, routine inspections, whatever you call them, you have to do them. And I remember when I first started as a property manager, you had to handwrite the reports and take notes on a digital camera, then upload the photo memory card to your computer and hope and pray that they weren't all blurry or your computer had enough memory to store them. But gone are those days, thanks to Inspection Express. Now, Inspection Express is not only the #1 tool used by leading property managers across Australia and New Zealand, but the leader in groundbreaking new tech in the industry with the launch of 360-degree virtual tours. Now, virtual tours is upping the ante, giving landlords, owners, and directors unparalleled 360-degree virtual access to their properties. So head to the link in the show notes to book in your free demo with Inspection Express. But this, like I said, currently isn't working, and it's not actually bringing in any new business. I still use it as a lead generator, but the nurture campaign I now use is going to take months or years, not weeks, until the market shifts back to a higher vacancy. Cold calling Cold calling for a lot of my clients was a struggle. Many people found it hard to even get anyone on the line or to get a return call. And unless you were relentless and kept calling and calling, the results from cold calls were across the board reported as being too much effort for too little results. Afternoon and evening calls, though, were the most successful periods to call and actually get somebody on the line. Now, if you are still delivering flyers to mailboxes, it might be time to put that money elsewhere. Think about your own habits just for a minute. Do you actually read any of the junk in your letterbox? I know I certainly don't. And the only businesses that should be using flyers for property management are perhaps new businesses that want to get some additional brand recognition. Paying for leads. Many of my clients that worked with companies promising amazing results for lead generation found out after a lot of expense that if it sounds too good to be true, it likely is. Now let's talk about the top property management software, processes, systems, and workflows that are working. So onboarding new clients has been critical. With the growing power of reviews, the onboarding process for new clients has become absolutely essential. Unless you are giving clients the onboarding you've promised, you are very unlikely to secure that important review and keep the new client long term. As managements have become harder to get, the focus has moved onto fostering better relationships with new and existing clients. Seeking out referrals from new business has also been key to many agencies' growth success. Offering a reward for a referral, like a gift card or a hamper, has worked well for some businesses, as well as free management periods. Ironically, we have forgotten the value of our existing relationships with clients or our customer experience. And it really shouldn't take a challenging growth period to remind us of the relationships that we need to be fostering with our clients already in our database. Supporting property managers, that has been essential. We are all very well aware of the challenges with recruitment in the industry right now. I think latest statistics are around 1 in 4 property managers have left the industry since COVID. And a lot of agencies are struggling to find qualified property managers. And the only way to get them seems to be to pay for them, which of course is not a bad thing. And I'm all for getting paid what you are worth. But the key issue here is, why have so many people left? Largely, it's because of lack of training and support. And this has been identified by a lot of businesses, and I have witnessed a real shift in the way businesses are now onboarding new team members into their businesses. It's no longer a sink or swim mentality, but a more conscious effort to support and train property managers. Cloud-based software has still been, Property Me and Property Tree have cemented themselves as the front runners for the top end-to-end property management software again. Console Cloud is gaining back some of the market share that they lost by coming to the market late with their cloud-based solution. Although the feedback has been mixed on its functionality from the clients that I have worked with, but I can't speak from personal experience on this one though. Inspection Express has taken property inspections to the next level for many businesses. It is seamless to use and provides great points of difference to other inspection software. Their 360-degree video inspections are an incredible feature, and I'm sure will provide some great points of difference for many businesses who take this up. There's a few other newcomers as well offering the virtual inspections and the 360-degree inspections as well. So do your research on that one. AI software, Rental Heroes has provided a really unique solution to one of the greatest property management struggles, which is maintenance. Their artificial intelligence chatbot, Alex, allows for a dramatic reduction in the amount of tenant inquiry coming into an office for maintenance. And Rita, it has also emerged as a genuine player in helping businesses capitalize on their databases. If you are anything like me, you think you know your rent roll numbers. Well, I thought I did until I had a rent roll health check, and I was quite literally shocked. The money I was leaving on the table was astounding. And this is not something that I'm proud to admit. There were missed management fees, let fees, advertising, and lease renewal fees not being charged, and properties even without bonds. And all of this was happening despite monthly audits being conducted in my business. So how did I uncover all these gaps in my valuable income? Well, I had a rent roll due diligence from my good friend Tazi, aka the Rent Roll Queen and founder of the Tazi Way, a specialist in rent roll due diligence, business valuation and management rights. The Tazi Way is the innovative force driving the real estate industry. With 25 years of business and real estate acumen, they find gaps and risks in your agency to find undiscovered value. If you'd like to book your business in for a rent roll due diligence, head to the link in the show notes and mention That Property Mum for a 10% discount. The AI basically goes in, cleans up all the data, and builds automated campaigns for lead generation and new business. It's great for really large databases that haven't been utilized properly for lead generation, and it's a game changer if you have a sales business as well. Working with VAs, there has been a huge uptake on seeking out the support of virtual assistants inside businesses for admin tasks. One of the things, though, that I have found through working with my clients that a lot of businesses are struggling with, and that is end-to-end property management. So with more and more businesses adopting pod, task, or hybrid systems and utilizing virtual assistants, the businesses that were still doing end-to-end property management were really struggling with workload and burnout and stress levels, and ultimately their customer service suffered, which resulted in large numbers of lost management for some agencies. Recruitment has also been a struggle over 2022 and the last couple of years. So what's become important is retaining your existing employees. With thousands of property management jobs on Seek, I think businesses were extremely fearful of losing quality property managers because it was going to be hard to find a replacement. This was good news for existing team members, with business owners and principals forced to redirect focus back on training, support, and implementing systems that eased workloads and burnout. Another exciting thing that's come over the last year has been industry newcomer programs. So it was a breath of fresh air to see trainers and industry bodies like the REIQ implementing training and programs to help new property managers onboard into the industry. Now, for far too long, newcomers to property management were left to either sink or swim. And I carried that mentality for a very long time, something I'm not proud of. And apologies to all my trainee property managers back in the day. Now, working with recruiters, I've had mixed responses to that. There are pros and cons to working with specialist property management recruiters. I think at the moment, though, the pros are far outweighing the cons. With such a shortage of property managers, the cream of that crop who are career property managers and serious about working in the industry were actually working with specialist recruiters. While business owners and team leaders were head down working to cover the gaps provided by the exiting team, recruiters were able to handpick and supply the most suitable candidates, saving lots of valuable time. The con is obviously the financial investment you outlay, which can really suck if the newly recruited person doesn't work out or stay long term in your business. So make sure you have arrangements in place with your recruiter to cover costs or cover those scenarios. What's not working with recruitment is advertising on Seek. There is literally hundreds of property management jobs on there. And a long and ongoing issue in property management is that we simply don't check employment references. Why not? And yet we don't put tenants into rental properties without one, but we put people into our businesses without checking their references. This is something I feel needs to change. Well, actually, it's the revolving door of property managers that needs to change. But let's start with checking previous employment references. But of course, be open-minded and don't make judgments on people. Base your judgments on your own instincts as well, because we all know sometimes situations, there's always two sides to every story, and somebody just may have a simple personality clash. Should not be based on a reflection of the job that they've done because of a personality clash. So don't forget, if you want to learn more about what is happening in property management, I'm kind of wrap up summarize what is and what isn't working there. But if you want to learn more about what is happening in property management currently, and you want to know where to focus your time and your energy and your money, go to the show notes and sign up for the 3-day PM Mastery Bootcamp. I look forward to seeing you inside. There's been so much talk of stress, overwhelm, and burnout in property management lately. Do you want to know how I overcame all of that? Yes, I hit rock bottom multiple times, but I got myself a virtual assistant. Actually, not just one, but 3. But I didn't just get any VA, I got a PM VA. What are they? Well, they are the most well-trained in the business. And not only that, you also have a backup VA, so that essentially your business is never without admin support ever again. And my health, time, and business has never looked back. Your PMVA can take care of tasks like rent arrears, lease preparation and renewals, maintenance follow-up, routine inspection bookings, data entry, audits, prospecting, inbox management, and so much more. And the best part of implementing a PMVA in my business was that it freed up my time and my team's time to take care of important things like customer service. What makes me feel so safe is that PMVA is owned by Tiffany Botel, both here and in the Philippines, making my data secure and giving me more control over the VA arrangement. So head to the link in the show notes to book in your discovery call with Lady Boss Tiff. Okay, tell me, would you like to make maintenance your superpower? Well, you can. And you don't even need to tell anyone. It's all thanks to Tappy, a powerful property care software that takes all the pain, stress, and chaos out of dealing with maintenance and turns it into a predictable process that is reliable and frictionless, where every maintenance process is a smooth experience for everyone, with value adds that your owners and tenants will absolutely love. And it seamlessly integrates with your property management software too. And here's the bonus, it can actually help grow your business as well. And if you're rolling your eyes at me right now and thinking, yeah, right, I've heard all this before, then do yourself a favor and book in for a demo at tappy.com.au. Mention That Property Mum and receive 1 month free on Tappy. Can I ask you a quick favour before you leave this episode? Now, we all know how important reviews are for businesses these days, and mine is no different. If you could spare just a minute to follow, rate and review this podcast, it would mean a lot to me. In fact, what would get me super excited is if you share this podcast with someone in the industry who you think might need to hear some of the episodes right now. And if you'd like to find out more about working with me or any of the products I have to help you start, grow or scale your property management business, head to my website, thatpropertymum.com.au, or check out the links in the show notes.